Nade, how are you guys doing? I'm so excited to be doing this again. I welcome you to another episode of the Young in Love podcast. You're highly welcome. It's your favorite host, Kezia VILAWA. Okay, so if you're new to this podcast, I hope you stay. I hope you subscribe. And if you're a returning listener, Bossa for you. Okay, so in today's episode, we are going to be discussing the reverse of office romance. I did an episode on office romance where I had this steamy hot couple share their love story, how they met at the office, and how things progressed up till marriage. But you know that office romance does not always end well. And so after that episode, someone reached out to me and she said she has numerous office romance experiences. I doubt she's going to share everything with us. She's just going to share a little bit here and there and all of that of her experience with office romance and how it ended in premium tears. How it ended in tears. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Welcome to the podcast, Young in Love.
Hey girl, introduce yourself.
My name is Winnie Fred. Okay, so I'm a communicator. I am also a customer service representative, and that's basically all. I don't really do too much.
You don't do too much.
That's all I do.
As per baby girl life,
yeah,
you can't stress it.
I don't like stress
at all. It's all right. Thank you for being on the podcast with me today.
I'm very, very.
Do you know why my gratitude is like top notch? Because we've recorded this episode before, and I had to come back to you to like, Winnie, this episode is bad. We have to do it again, and then you obliged my request. Thank you. Thank you so much for the sacrifice and for the time. So you already know what we're going to be talking about.
Yep,
office romance.
It's not my favorite topic, but let's just do it.
But like the premium tears edition. Okay, so let's go right into it, right? So before you fell in love at the office.
That love word, but let's just be going. Let's just continue.
So before you fell in love at the office, did you have anything against office romance? Like you'll never mix work and pleasure?
Yeah, that's like my mantra. Like work is work and then pleasure is pleasure. The thing is, I never even wanted to have friends in the office. I just wanted to go work, and I've always been just work. I don't like to mix business with pleasure.
So how did it happen?
It just happened, and I'm really surprised, and it happened several times.
So you've been surprising yourself?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know this Winnie Fredo.
When you say several times, how many times are we looking at here?
Okay, at least 4 times that I can remember.
What?
At least 4 that I can remember. The other ones are like, oops. Yeah, at least 4 that I can remember.
That you can remember?
That I can remember.
Okay, so these 4 times were in the same office?
No. I had 2 in one office. I had 1 in another one. Like before I started working here. Okay. I have like several in other. There's nowhere I work that I don't have one. Okay, no, not everywhere. But I've had like 1 or 2.
Where you actually dated them? Or you guys were just...
No, not dates. We just had... What's the word? There's one word. No, there's one word that was trendy one time.
Is it fling?
No, when you cannot
entanglement.
Thank you. You can't really explain what's happening. It's just like interwoven. Like there's no explanation.
But I'm curious now, right? If you're just friends with a person, you can say we're really close friends.
Okay.
So, but for you to use the word entanglement, what was that thing that made it an entanglement?
Because we can't actually say we're just friends.
You guys got intimate, like you guys would kiss. Winnie, tell me.
No. What I mean is, okay, so you know how a guy is always like wanting to, do something else, and you're like, no, and he's always putting pressure.
Something like what?
So many other things.
Like what?
My Christian mind will not allow me to discuss.
No, because I'm very touch waist, good. Another. Is it more than that?
Yeah, it's more than all of those things.
Sex.
Maybe not. Okay. Let me redefine this.
Because I'm curious.
Okay, so we're actually close friends, really close friends. Yeah, and then there were other ones that were not friends. but we had like issues. We had complications. And they were all coming from a place of how men would just pressure you, and then you're like, I'm not interested, and then you guys start becoming like enemies. Don't worry, we'll get into it. I'll give you all the gist, because to be honest, it's crazy.
Okay, so out of these 4 office romance escapades that you can remember, let's not talk about the ones you can remember. Out of the 4, which of them is there a particular one you want to share?
Okay, so yes, I've had office issues. I've had office issues with men. Okay, I've had office issues, that are relating to man and woman relationship with men. Okay. But the ones that are romantic is the ones I'm going to talk about.
Of course,
you get
exactly. That's
so we'll just leave the other ones, the ones that were really annoying. That the entire office thought we were actually doing something when we were not. I just leave all those ones aside. Okay. I just talk about the ones that I enjoyed. Okay. And the ones that were really romantic.
The one that you enjoyed and he enjoyed. Mutual enjoyment. Okay, so first off, the romantic ones now. How many? 1, 2?
No, 2. Yes.
Okay, let's start from the first one. Can you remember like the first time you met this person? Did you know from the beginning that this guy, you are going to be a thing?
Okay, so the first time I did not even think that anything was going to happen. Okay. Because the moment I stepped in, he just claimed me like, this one is my own. No, nobody should go close to this. And I'm like, who's this clown? But the thing is, he was actually really funny. So, I felt...
girls like funny guys.
It's not like I liked him. I just thought he was trying to make me feel comfortable. Okay. As the new staff. So that's what I felt. But then it became like, okay, he was always wanting to be around me. And then he started telling me, I like you. I really like you. I want us to be more than friends. Okay, no, at first, it didn't come like that at first. We're just really close friends. But he was a really good person. And then he'd buy me stuff.
Is gift your love language?
I don't know my love language.
I mean, the fact that you would mention that
he'd buy me stuff, and I actually thought it was... I like being thoughtful. I like thoughtfulness. I like people that are sensitive. Like, wow, like that's really thoughtful. So
he was speaking your language.
Yeah, so he was being really thoughtful. Like he'd buy me stuff. He'd call me when I really want him to. Would call outside work. Would hang out outside work, and it was really, really like exciting for me.
Okay, so from the get-go, you did not know that.
I just felt we were just going to be cool friends. That's all.
Okay, so when you guys now like finally started dating, did you have some moments in the office where you guys will do your stuff like guilty pleasures, and all that?
See, I don't want you to go into this dating thing, because the truth is we actually officially dated like, will you be my girlfriend? Yes, I'll be your girlfriend, for 1 week. So we just dated for 1 week. That's the truth.
Hold on. This relationship was just 7 days.
It was just 7 days, like
including weekend, or just 7 working days.
No, it was 7 days including weekend, like Monday to like Sunday, I guess. It was 1 week. That's what I know.
People said dating on Monday, and by Sunday it was over.
I don't know if it's Monday exactly that we started dating, that he asked me to be his girlfriend, but I know that the relationship did not last longer than a week.
How do you date for 1 week?
That's what I'm going to say now. So when someone is your friend, like, okay, first of all, he's your colleague.
How long were you guys friends?
We were friends for like a year, 2 years. Should I say a year? Yes, a year. 11 months. Roughly a year.
Okay, let's just say 1 year.
So we're friends, okay?
And it was cool.
He was really cool. He was like the sweetest thing.
And then you guys decided to take it a step further.
And then it became...
And then it was just 7 days.
See finish entered the matter.
See finish.
Insults and it was just doing things.
Insults from who? From him?
I am someone who I just feel like you're beginning to insult me now with your actions, or like you're doing things that are insultive. You may not actually have to come.
Okay, just give an instance, just one.
Okay, like flirting, really flirting. I feel like it's really disrespectful.
Okay, especially in your presence.
Especially my presence, and when the other person knows, are you guys not an item?
Yeah.
And he's telling you, I thought, and he's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, really? I'm here. Are you serious? It was really annoying because we were really cool. He was like my shoulder. We're team members.
Wahala for no get shoulder.
No, for real, we were team members. We're in the same team. We were always seeing each other. We're still partners. We're partners in like all projects, where there's nothing we'll do at the office that he will not be. So at a point, I felt like we were even doing it deliberately. They just be like, okay, they put me in a team and they're like, who's going to be, oh yeah, her. And then they just, her boyfriend.
A man,
and they just put him. I'm like, you guys should stop this thing. Even though then we're not, I won't say we're not doing anything, because we're doing things.
As friends,
No, as friends.
That's Winnie, I need you to tell me, what were these things you guys were doing as friends?
Well, we would occasionally hug.
That one is normal now.
And we'll maybe just share a peck.
Only peck, Winnie.
That's all.
You did not kiss.
What's your definition of kiss? Because
French kiss.
Wait, when you say kiss, because Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss.
I've told you that French kiss, Winnie. Winnie, you did not French kiss.
What's French? What's French?
You did not lip lock.
No.
Tongue lock. Don't lie to me.
No, where would we have done that? Okay. The truth is, there were things that we did. Yeah, because I really liked him. I didn't like him at first. At first he was always the one. He was very open about the fact that he liked me.
Yeah.
He was really open. He would tell everybody. He'd see me in the office. He'd say, hey, if he would call me baby in the office, hey baby, I'm like, what's this one? Where's this coming from? And then I'll just be like, stop it. But then at the point I started reciprocating because I actually liked him. I really liked him. He was a really cool person. I thought he was sweet. I just felt he was sweet.
Sweet boys
he was really
association.
fine. So we stopped. It wasn't just, we transcended from like office to like going out, seeing places together, taking pictures. He was like always on my lips. There's nothing I would
always on your what?
Like I was always discussing him with other people. I'd be like, oh yeah, he does this. So oh yeah, I have a friend. Oh, he was just in all my instances. I could not talk
that's what happens when you like a person.
I couldn't talk about food without talking about him.
But this happened during your friendship.
During our friendship. We're close friends.
I cannot understand how you would have that kind of friendship with a person.
You will not.
And then start dating, and it's like dating changes the ball game.
It actually did for this one.
So how did this thing end? I mean, after the 7 days.
Okay, so something happened. So I was transferred from that team. From that unit, let me put it like that.
Yeah.
I was transferred to like a farther unit. So I was like at a distance from him. But I could see him. I was like opposite him on the other side of the office.
Yeah.
I could see him, right? He could see me, but we couldn't talk. The way we used to talk at work. And I really missed that. It was like, they felt like he was being distracted and they couldn't move him.
Oh, it got to the point where management saw that you were distracting this young man.
That's what they felt.
And they had to move him because they couldn't move you.
They couldn't move. No, they had to move me.
Oh,
they couldn't move him.
Oh, okay.
So they had to move me.
Wow.
Yeah, so they moved me and then I went away from where
So this office romance thing affected your performance?
His performance. He affects mine.
Okay.
Affected his performance.
But who we go ask now? It's only you.
You know why I feel like it did not affect mine?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't reciprocating all the love initially. I was always like, stop it, we're at work. It was later on, much later on, when he was being transferred totally from Lagos. That's when I started reciprocating. But we'll come to that anyway.
Is this the same guy we're talking about?
Yes, the same guy.
That you dated for only 7 days?
Yes, the same guy.
Okay, so what was the final point? The final break?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say now. So he was, like I said, I was transferred from that unit.
Yes.
So someone else was brought there. And this is someone he has been like hitting on. So he was a flirt. And it annoyed me.
Ouch.
Yeah, it annoyed me.
Yeah.
It annoyed me. I mean, you can't help it, even if you're always like, I'm a boss lady. There's this.
When you love a man, there will be that low-key jealousy. Yeah.
And I couldn't actually show it because I was always trying to form boss lady, but I could not help it. So there's this day I came to work really early. And then I noticed that he had come to work really early too. And then she had come to work really early. And I'm like,
was this planned?
Was this planned? And then I go into the office and I don't see anybody on the floor. I don't see anybody. And I'm like, but these people have signed in. So where are they? And then I see the janitor. I'm like, what's up? Where is this guy and this guy? I was like, then they're upstairs. We're inside conference room. I don't know what they do. I'm like, what?
Your office is a boiling pot.
What is happening? I don't know what came into me. I just know I ran. I didn't even drop my bag on my seat. I just ran straight upstairs to look for them.
Yes, gang.
I'm like, I know, I have to catch these people red-handed today.
So did you catch them?
No.
Okay,
so I came down. I didn't see anybody. I came down. I didn't even see them. So I came down. I'm like, where are they? And then I see him coming from the restroom, and he's like, and he just laughs. I was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what do you mean? I said, why did you run upstairs the moment this guy told you we're upstairs? Or did you think we're... I'm like, please. I was like, what's wrong with you? Why you this one? And we started arguing. And then that's when
but where was the lady?
She wasn't even around. Apparently, she had dropped her stuff and even left the office.
Oh.
Yeah, but me, I just acted on they upstairs though.
Yeah.
I just acted on this gang.
And that janitor also gave the wrong information.
No, the thing is, maybe she actually went upstairs, but she had calmed down and left the office.
And the janitor had no idea.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Nobody was lying here. The thing is, but me, I just had everything in my head. Like, okay, this is what's happening. So we argued from there. And then he started saying, I have issues. I have insecurity issues and so many things. And we didn't talk throughout that day. And it was weird because there's no day that we do not talk. So we talk in the office and we get home and we continue talking. And my mom is always like, but you still see this boy in the office now. What's your problem? You know? So we talk throughout the night till the morning and we come to the office and we keep talking.
You guys are not letting yourselves sleep.
There was no breathing space. So I think that's one of the things that choked us because we're always seeing each other in the office and then we go back home and we're still talking. So anyway, so we started having arguments, and then he started, I think he was now doing it deliberately, and then he would be, calling her stuff, telling her stuff. They had code languages that I did not understand. He'd say things, she'd laugh, and I'm like, what's happening? And then something happened. I really don't know how, but something happened and she was transferred and I was brought back. So he started accusing me of being the influence behind
her transfer.
Because I kind of have like an edge. I had like what Nigerians call connection. So he felt like, okay, it was me. And that's what happened.
So things broke down from that point.
A lot of things. And he was doing things that I did not like. And I kept doing things that he didn't like, according to him. He said he did not know this side of me. He didn't know me to be this. He didn't know me to be wicked. He didn't know me to be malicious. Because I was really jealous, really. And then so we just stopped talking.
Let me just take this time to speak to the guys who might be listening to this. Any lady who truly loves you, really loves you. Now there's a thin line between being obsessed or toxic and that healthy jealousy. Right? Even God himself said,
I'm a jealous God.
He said he's a jealous God, right? So it's natural with love. When you love a person, when your woman loves you, she's going to show low-key jealousy. I'm not talking about that jealousy where she wants to be in your every breath. You understand? So I feel like what he should have done at that point was to reassure you. Sometimes when women make trouble, so you're looking, they just want reassurance. If you reassure your woman, you're the only sugar in my tea, the only cockroach in my cupboard, she'll just laugh it off and all of that. So sometimes just reassure your woman. You said 2.
Yeah. So this one,
the second of this romance.
So this one, that's how we just stopped talking anyway. But that's not what even. So we're still friends. We're still friends. Hello, hi, hello. And then at a point, we had the discussion, and then we're like, okay, yeah. So we didn't work out. Our relationship did not work out, but we're great friends. So let's continue being great friends.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, he just stopped talking to me again. And then he just started giving me one serious attitude. And I'm like, what's happening? And then the next thing I heard was, I'm avoiding you because you are bad for my mental health. I'm like,
mental health.
Where's all this one coming from? I literally did not do anything. And then we stopped talking. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm ghosting you. So I asked him, I'm like, what's wrong with you? You're reading my messages. You're not giving me any replies. And he's like, yeah, I'm ghosting. I'm like, okay.
Ghosts don't talk when they are ghosting.
No problem. You want to ghost me. The thing is, he did something very, very childish. He sent me a clip from a YouTube video. Reasons why people ghost you. I'm like, you want to ghost me? No problem. Just remain a ghost too, and don't come back to life.
That was not even proper ghosting. He took the time to even explain why he was ghosting.
And I'm like, you know what, it's fine. Just so that's how it all ended. Real tears, because I actually liked him.
Real tears, you cried?
I didn't cry. I didn't cry.
Okay.
I didn't cry. Cry me.
Did he cry?
I don't know about him, but I didn't cry.
What about the second
I was hurt.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I didn't cry. I mean, it ended.
What about the second one?
So the second one, we were friends. We always start as friends. We were friends. Now this one we were not officially together, but we're friends with benefits. What people call friends with benefits.
What was the benefit?
Relationship benefits.
Okay.
Yeah, we had relationship benefits. And how did it all even end? I just know that
at the beginning, hold on, just to get you clearly. At the beginning, you guys were friends, and then it graduated to friends with benefits.
Yes.
Even though there was no defined relationship.
There was no defined relationship.
Okay. So,
we were friends, like I said. And then something happened. I had to go to his house and sleep over at his house. And then the benefits happened.
Okay.
Yes.
Gang.
The benefit happened. So we just continued like that. I was enjoying myself. I was having like the time of my life. So I didn't bother about anything. Okay. But the thing is, I'll come to work and I'll see him, and I couldn't help the feelings. I couldn't control how I felt. I couldn't control my emotions.
Towards who?
Towards him. Like, I just feel weird around him. You know, I don't know. I would just feel really weird. Someone that we used to have a great friendship thing going on
at the office.
And then after the whole benefit thing happened over the weekend, you know, I came to work on Monday and I saw him and I just froze. I'm like, what did I just do?
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah. So how did it end?
Did that make you that weird feeling? Did it make you feel like, you know what, Winnie, you need to stop this whole
actually because I'm
so but how long did this friends with benefits last?
Just like a month.
1 month. So but how long were you?
Longer than a month.
Okay.
But like 5-6 months.
5-6 months. Friends with benefits so how long were you friends before the benefits started?
We were friends for a year or
1
more.
year. So let me get you straight. 1 year of friendship, 5 to 6 months of friendship with benefits. And now during the 5-6 month interval, you said you would go to the office and feel weird, but you did not do anything about that weird feeling for 5-6 months.
No, I didn't feel weird for 5-6 months.
Okay.
I got used to it at a point. So now in this case, I was the one calling him baby in the office.
Hey,
Playfully,
baby.
I'm like, hey baby, and he's like, stop it. At work.
Was he shy?
He was really shy.
Okay.
Yeah, but me, I didn't mind because I'm
bold boss lady.
Yeah, because I didn't mind.
Yeah.
And he's not even as cute
as the first one. Okay.
You know, he's not someone I would look at twice, but I don't know. It just happened. Yeah. We have such great chemistry. We're still really good friends, by the way.
Up till now.
We're still really like, he's the one person I would run to if anything happens in the office. I'm the one person he'd run to, even if he's going to do.
Oh, you guys still work together?
Yeah, we still work together.
What about the first guy?
He's not there. He's not here anymore.
He resigned. He was transferred. He was transferred. Okay, so with this second one, how did things break down?
Okay, so things got weird when I did something that hurt him.
What was it?
I haven't forgiven myself for it, you know? Let's just say I did something that hurt him with his best friend. Yeah, I did something that hurt him.
Wow.
Yeah, so he cried.
So is he aware of this thing you did to hurt him with his best friend?
Yeah, he's aware, and he cried.
Oh, he cried?
He cried, and it was a really sad night for us. It was a really sad night because he cried, and he's like, wow. So I hurt him because it was an opportunity for him to like I see an opportunity for him to like grow, you know, for him to like get promoted. Let's put it that way. And you know, instead of giving it to him, I betray him and then give it to his best friend because at that time his best friend was, you know, flirting with me, sort of.
Okay.
Like, you know, he was a sweet guy, you know, like
his best friend was a sweet guy now.
Likes music, you know, all of that. But I wasn't doing anything. We're just always he just see me, I'm like, wow, you look really beautiful this morning. I'm like, oh, thank you. You know, he's like, wow, I like your gown. Oh, thank you. You know, I was always doing things.
Okay, so at the time you betrayed him, right? Were things already going bad?
Things were not going bad.
So why did you do that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think when you work with someone and then the truth is it's best to just leave everything you're doing, you know, as work. Let's leave it as office, and then if we're having anything, leave it as, I don't know how to put it, but let's not mix office with personal lives. That's the truth, because it hasn't worked for me. I'm not sure it will.
Although it worked for Tele and
it didn't work for me at all because this guy here cried and I felt it. I felt it.
At this second romance one now, you did not cry.
No, I didn't cry.
So you're out there breaking hearts.
Okay, no. So I cried.
Really, you're breaking hearts.
Calm down. I cried. The second one I cried. I cried because he made me realize how much I hurt him. Okay, so I cried. I cried because I felt, I just betrayed my friend. Like, this is my best friend. Yeah. So that's how sad it gets. So no, office romance is not for me, basically, because I have a lot going on in my personal life. So bringing my colleagues, people I work with every day, into my personal lives is not just working.
Okay, nice. So, but how did you deal with office rumors surrounding your relationship? Were there rumors?
Rumors. There were rumors. In fact, there were people that would come to our face to tell us, you guys, when are we coming for like the wedding? When is the ashwebi? The so close to that kind of thing. There were people that were coming to our face to tell us that. How were we dealing? Me, I didn't care. I really still do not care about talks. It doesn't affect my work. The only time I would care is if someone in like the management, someone of a higher authority, actually comes up to say, hey, look, what's happening.
So you were not scared that rumors would get to them at the top there?
Okay. Now let me go back to the beginning. Look at my face. Do I look like someone that would have an office entanglement?
As for serious, you can even deny it on the spot and they will believe you.
They did not expect.
Like me.
They would definitely not expect it. So that's the number one.
So Winnie, before we wrap up, just one question. Did you guys have like rivals at the office?
Yeah, we had several rivals.
People who were...
Yeah, on my side, there were people who really wanted to like actually have a thing with me in the office. I just did not, I didn't even give them a listening ear at all. I just did not even bother about them.
Because you were with...
No, not because I was with anybody, but just because I did not fancy... I'm someone who doesn't fancy office romance, so even though
you've done it for up to 4 times.
Well, I still would not. I will not come out straight. This is like, I'm sure this is the first time I'm even saying it publicly. Hey, I've had things in the office.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, I would just deny.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Yeah. So
but the guy you're in a relationship with or entanglement with feel that he had rivals?
There were people who...
Because it's one thing for you to know as a lady that there are guys around you. Then it's another thing for the guy you're with, as in your main man, to perceive that these guys are rivals.
There were people who wanted to.
And he was aware?
Yeah, he was aware.
How did that make him feel? Like, these rivals were there in the office too.
Well, yes.
How did that make him feel?
I really do not know, but I don't know how he handled it well.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that I did not notice any form of, any feeling of insecurity from their side, because there are 2 of them. Okay. I didn't notice any, I'm not good enough, or he didn't mention anybody's name.
And you didn't also notice any enmity or cold war between him and any other guy? For
my sake, no.
Okay. So what about you? Because you said how you ran upstairs.
Okay, so the truth is that particular lady told that guy that she didn't like me because she felt I did not like her.
Oh wow.
And the truth is I didn't like her.
Why did you feel she was a rival?
I didn't feel she was a rival. I just felt she was doing too much. Like, why
with your man?
I won't call him my man, but
I mean back then. Now
I'm like, why are you trying so hard to be noticed, Mama? Why are you trying so hard to be noticed?
So that kind of sounds like you perceived her as as a rival.
I just didn't like her. I felt like she was okay. I felt like she was taking my place. Let me explain that. I was transferred from that unit. She was brought and kept on my seat.
Gone.
My seat.
Yeah.
And then my songs, my playlist, everything should play them at
from
work.
Where?
So we have like a speaker where we play songs. I was the one in charge of it because I was perceived as like the music person at work. So she was the one. So when I left, it then became her, and I should play my songs at work.
Your songs, like you own the copyrights to those songs.
They're my songs. They're my songs.
Okay, you created a playlist.
I created a playlist,
right?
And I had people who vibed with my playlist. So when I was leaving, like, we're going to miss you, and it just felt like, no, don't worry, I'm the new Winifred. That kind of a thing, because she was doing all my stuff. I'm like,
but was she expected to create a new playlist?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
It's possible she did now, but added your song.
No, the truth is, now we kind of vibe because she's my kind of person. That's the truth.
You are just discovering that she's your kind of
she
person.
really is my kind of person. Like, she's someone who, we sing the same songs, we have the same favorite musicians, we have the same favorite
same music taste.
Yeah, the same music taste. So she's my kind of, but I didn't see it that way. Then I felt like,
and at that time, love was.
So I didn't like her. She didn't like me
back then.
But she's cool now.
You guys are cool now.
Yeah, we're cool.
Everybody's cool.
Yeah, we're cool.
Apart from the tears that young man shared for you, and you now shared for him in return
on his own account.
All right. Thank you so much, Winifred. I enjoyed doing this with you again.
Me too.
What I'm going to say is, with respect to office romance, you want to be careful, because after I did that first episode, a guy who listened reached out to me and was like, in his office, they allow office romance, they allow people to date and all of that. But if you decide to get married, you cannot be in the same unit, in the same department.
Oh, okay.
So the organization would move either the wife or the husband to another, but there's no requirement to leave the organization completely, because that's what many organizations do. Once you decide to get married, one person has to leave.
I think my office, you cannot let it affect your work. That's
okay,
like
but you can be married.
No, you can't even be married. Once you can't get married to someone who is a staff.
Okay, so but if you do, one person would leave.
One person would have to leave.
Exactly. So in his own organization, it's somewhat different and all. So it's like, know what works for you, for your organization. If in some companies, the romance itself, they're not even talking of marriage, the romance itself is forbidden. So if you're in that kind of environment, you want to be careful, you want to tread cautiously. And then another thing, understand yourself. Winnie, my love here, has this principle against office romance, but finds that she is always in that situation.
Maybe it's because I don't know too many people outside
your life
office.
Is triangular.
Exactly.
From work to the house to church.
Exactly.
I see you as a social person. My opinion, right? From your Instagram, you're an MC. Guys, you're an MC, right?
Well, I'm humble. I'm very
master, be mistress of ceremony. This girl will dance for you in your occasion. She will wine waist. People need to see Winnie dancing. Anyways, I think she's a social person, and if she wants to meet people outside of work, she can. But for some weird reason, she's just attracted to her colleagues. Anyways, guys, know what works for you. Understand yourself. Do you like office romance? Do you not like office romance? Can you withstand the heat when it comes? Because dating in the office is not beans. It's not for the faint-hearted. Right? So, on this note, I'm going to draw the curtain on this episode. Thank you, and please drop your comments on Podroom if you have any feedback at all. My WhatsApp is not a good place. You guys stop sending me messages on my WhatsApp. Use the feedback option on Podroom. I want to read I'm waiting for you there, right? So guys, thank you for listening to this episode. I really appreciate. Till when next to meet. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Young in Love. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you did, you can rate us and write a review on Apple and Google Podcasts. Feel free to like our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram at YoungInLove_podcast. Share this podcast with your family and friends. Subscribe to Young in Love Podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support Young in Love Podcast, you can do this on our Patreon account by visiting patreon.com/YoungInLove and making a small monthly donation of as little as $1 every month or 350 naira monthly, or even bigger donations as you feel led to. But hey, if you cannot make any donations, that's fine too, because besides just money, Young in Love Podcast has thrived and will continue to thrive on the prayers and good wishes of good people like you. Until the next episode, bye and be good.
Young in Love.